Hello, this is a video to support you with writing or reviewing your policies and procedures using the Quorum Pacey Cymru and Care Inspectorate Wales guidance. As a registered childminder, you have a duty to protect children and provide a quality childcare service. Why do you need to have policies and procedures? Your policies and procedures are an opportunity to demonstrate your knowledge and how you will run your childminding business to Care Inspectorate Wales, families and any others who may use your service. Your statement of purpose and operational plan give you an opportunity to sell yourself and the service you will be providing. Care Inspectorate Wales need to see that you know what you are doing from day one and that you regularly update your documents and service. It is a great responsibility to run a service caring for other people's children. However, everything you need to know is available to you. As a childminder, you will need to be aware of the childminding and daycare regulations and the national minimum standards for regulated childcare. Please ensure you use the most up-to-date versions of these. They can be found on Care Inspectorate Wales's website. What you need to know to run your service is stated in the National Minimum Standards for Regulated Childcare. They cover everything about your service, from the information you need to give to parents who are thinking about choosing your service, to play opportunities that you provide, meals, managing behaviour, and of course, safety. Writing your policies and procedures can be daunting. However, there is a lot of guidance to support you. It is important to refer to the National Minimum Standards for Regulated Childcare throughout your policies to ensure you are meeting the regulations set out. Part of the registration process involves you completing the Care Inspectorate Wales's online application form. In it, you will outline how you will run your childminding service so that Care Inspectorate Wales can see that you understand the laws and regulations. You'll need to upload your policies and procedures into the correct places in the application form. Quorum Pacey Cymru provide guidance for this. Regulatory requirements state that childminders must write policies and procedures relating to their childminding service. So first we'll think, what is a policy? A policy is a written statement about how you will work in one area of your practice. Then thinking about what is a procedure. So a procedure outlines the actions that you will take. Care Inspectorate Wales will consider your policies and procedures carefully when assessing your application to check your understanding of each area of your practice. They will need to be readable using simple language. Consider what you would want to read if you were a parent visiting a childminding setting. Remember, these are for your day-to-day practice. You will be working to these in your setting and they are personal to you. Your policy should start with a short, clear statement. For example, it is my policy to keep children safe when they are in my care. If you have completed the pre-registration training units, you may find it useful to refer to your notes as you prepare your relevant policies and procedures and other accompanying documents. Quorum Pacey's guidance is very detailed and will support you in completing your policies and procedures correctly. It is important that you include all the information from the guidance which is relevant to your service. Remember, these are professional documents and will need to look formal but accessible to all. This could mean including your own logo to personalise whilst also looking professional. If you are tempted to look for ideas of other childminders and on the internet, be aware that these may not be up to date, applicable to Wales, or even correct. If Care Inspectorate Wales then think that you have copied them from another source, you may be asked to do them all again and they would question your suitability. We have also seen many examples of people referring to Ofsted or EYFS, which are only applicable to England. We have also seen policies and procedures, including other people's details, or copying directly from our guidance. Here are some top tips for writing your policies and procedures. Keep them simple. Keep the language simple and jargon-free, as they need to be accessible to all. Refer to the national minimum standards for regulated childcare and the childminding and daycare Wales regulations throughout. Promote children's rights, equality and diversity. Refer to all ages that you are proposing to care for and personalise them. Care Inspectorate Wales have a list of mandatory policies and procedures that you will be required to upload as part of your online application. This list can be found in Coram Pacey's policy guidance for childminders in Wales. We will now have a look at the Coram Pacey Cymru policy guidance. To find the guidance, first log on to My Pacey. Then, on the left-hand side of the screen, choose Resource Hub. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you will see a tile for policy guidance for childminders in Wales. You will then be able to see our tips for writing and reviewing your policies and procedures, as well as our editable checklist that you can use. Here is a list of the policies and procedures required. If you click on one of the policies, you'll be able to see in detail guidance to support you with what will need to be included. We will now look briefly at the nappy changing policy guidance. At the top of the page, you will see a reference to the standards and regulation that this policy relates to, which you may want to include in your policy. As you can see, throughout the guidance, there is references to standards in brackets. Then we have got the points we suggest that you include for the policy. You will need to expand on these points and include how you will meet each point in your setting. As you can see, this guidance is very detailed. At the bottom of the page, there is also additional resources available for further reading and information. For any additional support or information, please contact Coram Pacey Cymru.